Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make homemade macaroni, something that we've had in our family many years, and it really has been a staple in our family. I hope you enjoy watching. Now we'll go to the table and we'll get things started. How's that? Okay. Now I have 4 cups of flour. So I make a well. Look. I might need a little bit more. It's all according to your eggs. If the eggs are larger, you need more flour. You could always add but can't take it away when you're making anything. So that's to be remembered. Okay, here's my eggs. Add a little water to it.
Okay, Grant.
Now I said I have 4 eggs and 3 cups of flour. So now we can begin to mix them together. I made this well, and I carefully bring in the flour. Oh boy. Everything's put it. Everything's gonna go wrong. So after we get this all mixed, I have to knead it for a while so I can get all this together. See, my eggs are a little bit larger, so I have to add a little bit of flour, which you can do as you're making it. Well, now I have to keep working this until I get a fine texture. As you can see, I have flour left over. So after I clean my hands a little bit, and I can take all this up and add a little water to it if you need it. And I need it here. Seems like these eggs are bigger than I thought. But it'll all come out all right, I'm sure. Just take some of this here out of my way. Now this is the hardest part of it, is just working it so that it'll come like get it to incorporate all together and make it to be like a fine texture. I have to wash my hands a little bit. This all takes about 15 minutes to get it all together and to work it so that it comes the right texture. We were really brought up on this pasta, and now it seems as though everybody seems to buy it and enjoy it. And we've always made our own, so I really don't know the difference in what you buy in commercial. But all the markets have it today. This gives me exercise too while I'm doing this. Now this pasta has to rest, and at least 15 minutes before you begin to roll it out. I'm going to make the buns now. I section this off so that I can make 3 round, they look like a big bun. There's 1. I'm going to have 3. Like I say, when you have 4 eggs, but a lot of time you have to add a little bit of water and flour, and you get a little bit more than just what you would if the eggs are small. These eggs were kind of big. 2 and 3. Now I will put this in a container, and then I'll let it rest for 15 minutes. And then I'll show you how we roll it out into macaroni. Okay, get the container. Now this here, I'll take a little bit of oil and I'll just rub it so it just helps it to stay moist. I don't want it to dry. Now we'll put it here to rest for 10 minutes. Okay, now this pasta has been resting about 10 minutes. So now I'm going through the process of rolling it out. And then it has to dry. So we can see that as I go on. Take a little bit of flour always. Just flour a little bit. And I just do this so that it doesn't force my machine here. Have to thin it out a little bit. Make 4 little squares, or really not squares, it's a triangle. And be sure to flour it so that it doesn't stick to the machine. Now my parents came from Italy, and they were born and raised there, so everybody over there makes this stuff, this macaroni. As I say, it's just like rice in China, so this is macaroni in Italy. I'm going to roll it out. My family came from northern Italy. This is something that they had maybe twice a week, sometimes 3. Of course, you could make this into other strips. You know, you could make it in these little noodles. For noodles, you cut them in squares. And you can put it in chicken soup, which is good. This is a lot easier than when my poor parents had to do it all by hand and a great big rolling pin. That seems good. Now I put over here to dry. So now I can do another one. This rolling pin has been around the house many, many years too. You don't find them thicknesses as this one is. Maybe I haven't told you that there's numbers here. This is what I'm doing, and this controls the thickness that you like. If you like it thinner, it goes up to 8, number 8, and then you go down to 1. That's the thinnest you can get. Now I started this on 6. And I'm going down to 1 because I don't like it terribly thin. I like to make it have some body when I cook it. Some body to it. Now I've just tested this and it's firm, but really not dry. So now I will cut it. show you, there's two cutters. Fine, you can make them as fine, and you could make them a little bit bigger. I'm going to do it fine now, just like angel hair. See, now I'll go over and put them on this bamboo stick that my husband, I don't know where he found it, or got it, I should say. I know it's in maybe Kmart, but it really works great. See, I let it hang there. Now this is going to be just a little bit the wide part. You can see. Maybe you would like that better. It's not dry enough. Maybe I have to do it on one, maybe. Now this is the wide part. Just like macaroni, the bigger ones that you buy in this grocery store. Or like I say, it's what you like. If you like it thinner, there's a cutter for it thinner. And then there's a cutter, this other cutter here is wider. But there's also that you can buy different cutters to make different shapes of macaroni with a machine such as this. Now this will take about, I'll say 15 minutes to dry, and then you can either cook it right away, or you can, if you don't want to, you can dry it and put it in a box, and it'll be good indefinite. Just keep it covered. Just a little thicker than spaghetti. But like I say, there's a cutter that you can make it finer.
See the difference between this?
See, this is the difference between this and really spaghetti. Can you see that?
There are eggs in there. Just see.
This is all eggs. As you see, I had eggs, and I just put a drop of water on, just to get the one that was the flour that was on the board. I'll put it over there to dry. If I was going to use this, I could just boil water and cook it right now. But see, I'm going to let this stay. I might cook some of it to show you. I like the thinner one myself. If you don't have a stick, you know, such as that bamboo stick, you can always put it on the board and just do like this. Just keep touching it, and then as you go, you know, if you're not going to use it right away, you just keep raising it up so that it'll dry. And if you're not going to use it, then you can put it in a box or whatever. This pasta is all ready to cook. So all you have to do is you put your water on, and let it come to a boil, a rolling boil. And you add just a little bit of salt, and then you can put your macaroni in. And then you have to keep testing it, because after it comes up to a second boil, you test it. Some like it firmer than others. Some like it well done. I myself like it a little bit firm. But it's up to the individual, really. So try it. I'm sure you'll like it. It's a little work, but it's worth it. See, I'm probably gonna use this now. I'll cook it and show you. As I said before, you don't have to cook it right away if you like to have it for another day. After it's dry, you could put it in the boxes such as I did here. Now this has been here, well, I would say maybe 2 weeks, but you can keep it indefinite. Just keep it open a little bit. I got a cover for this, but I keep it ajar just so that a little air gets in here. And you could cook it any time. It's always ready. I took some out already. But now this is I say this so to show you how easy it comes out. Of course, this isn't really dry, really, but see, it's still coming down nice. Now, if I was going to put it in, I would put it in like this so that it looks just like it's just macaroni, but it would have been dry. As we're going to cook this, so I left it as it is. Yes, if I was going to put this in a box to keep, it would have to be drier than it is right now. Because we want to eat it right now, so that's why I'm not making it stay here. It's got to be firm. I'm just waiting for the water to boil before I put the macaroni in.
Did you put salt in?
Yeah. Now the water has come to a boil, so I'm adding just a little bit of salt to it. It's kind of, I should have made it rest a little more, get more drier, but we wanted to have it for dinner, so.
Then you pick up the mess
Put it
and
all
you
in.
do it tonight.
Now I have to wait until this comes up to a boil, and then I'll test it. Like I say, you test it to your likeness of how you want it, firm or soft, whichever. My sauce is heating up. I want it nice and hot. And this too, I made it before, and I freeze it so that if I wanted to have it in a hurry, I have my sauce made. And my meatballs. Well, they're in the microwave heating up.
Yeah, I know. They weren't before.
See now, there it comes to it's up to a boil. Just lower this a minute.
Now see how many times it goes up, right?
Oh, it's already got a second boil. See, this came up to a second boil now. So now I'll begin to taste it.
Yeah.
You're right. Now she's gonna taste it.
Take another minute. Solo macaroni. Sauce on? Yep. Well, there's more than I thought.
Well, can I take the plug off, Frank?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Take a
okay,
fork
yeah,
on the
first.
table.
Another fork. Be quiet, you guys. You can put it right here, Grant, right now.
Put some in here. Okay. Well, this is the finished product. It's all done. It's all ready to eat. And And I hope you try it because I'm sure that you'll enjoy it. Thank you. God bless.